Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Monday noon. I was going to say afternoon, but it's barely afternoon. Off to a pretty nice start across the region. As a matter of fact, I stepped outside this morning and it was cool. It was comfortable. It felt really nice. Very windy. Actually, I haven't put the wind speeds in the show yet, but we'll talk about that. Some gusty winds, and yesterday we were saying that it was going to be breezy today, but yeah, definitely windy. That will play a factor in the Cincinnati Open, and I mentioned that because I will be live there at the Cincinnati Open later today. I actually don't know what times yet, or maybe I do and I just haven't looked. Well, actually, anyways, I will be live there. Here we go. Let's see. We'll find out together. 4:30 and 5:30. That's cool. Okay. Competition, I believe, starts at 1 o'clock. I think there's a match at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. And of course, all of these are finals, which makes it so exciting. I've become a tennis fan ever since I went to the Open a week ago. And I started watching it on TV, and I think it's so fun that it's right in our backyard, and kind of puts a spotlight on the city and on the tri-state area while this international tournament is here. So wind could play a factor for those outdoor activities. Of course, Bengals training camp starts here coming up later this afternoon, 1:30. The gates will open. That's the last one that you don't have to have a ticket. Anybody can show up. You can go to the practice. Tomorrow they have that joint practice with the Colts, but that one you have to have a ticket, and it's only for certain people, I think like season ticket holders or something like that. So yeah, today's your last chance to really kind of enjoy training camp, in that easy kind of way. Okay, so let's get into the forecast. As I mentioned, just really kind of nice weather outside right now. A few of those fair weather clouds, I do think we'll see gradual clearing throughout the day today. More sunshine will emerge, and it should be a really nice day today. We do anticipate temperatures to be, cooler than normal. High for this time of year is 85. Probably make it up to about 80 this afternoon. So yeah, remaining cooler than normal. This is Newport on the Levee. It takes a few seconds for it to pop up there, but we were kind of looking here because they had that Inland Seafood Festival, but that ended yesterday, and now there's something happening. Oh, the Ohio River swim is supposed to be this weekend. Now, they're going to have to get some testing from the river and make sure that it's safe. The problem is, and it's kind of like a fine line, and I'm actually going to have much more on this, the quality, the cleanliness of the Ohio River. I'm going to do like a special report on that. We'll have more on that coming up later. It's not really until next month, but they do testing along the Ohio River, and it's not just for how clean it is to drink or how clean it is to swim in it, because for the Ohio River swim, they really kind of want rain ahead of the event, but a certain amount of days ahead of the event, not too much rain because it washes in some dirt into the river or some, things that you don't want into the Ohio River. So we'll have to see what happens with that testing, but either way, that is scheduled for this weekend. And of course, that is a fundraiser for Adventure Crew. So either way, we want it to be okay. It looks like the weather this weekend would be okay for it. It's just a matter of if the river is sanitary. So anyways, that's going to be happening this weekend. Of course, we have another Bengals game on Thursday. We have another concert at Great American Ballpark on Thursday as well. Green Day comes to town. So another very busy week here in the Tri-State. Even though the Cincinnati Open is winding down today, we've got plenty more coming up. Now, the Reds are out of town until I think the 27th. So for more than a week, they're out of town. So that's good news for, I would say, our weather team, but especially Steve Horsemeyer, who really keeps them updated with any kind of weather problems. Of course, they'll need to know what it's like Thursday, but it looks like it's going to be okay. Dry weather, not only for us, but across a large portion of the country right now. The rain that we saw yesterday at times has already pushed off to the east. It was funny. Yesterday, those showers were so scattered. But when those thunderstorms came too, boy, that rain was really heavy. So, and we needed it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's all pushing off to the east. Boy, look at that. You can actually see even on this satellite view, and I'll show you another satellite view here coming up, but look at how you can actually see Ernesto, the remnants of Ernesto. Here we go. So And this isn't set up properly, but okay, so there we go. So Hurricane Ernesto, a Category 1 storm right now. Let me make sure there's nothing else out there. Yeah, no other storms that they're watching as of now from the National Hurricane Center. But yeah, Hurricane Ernesto, quite the evolution. It was a tropical storm yesterday, became a hurricane last night, and then is still a hurricane, expected to become a tropical storm again tomorrow. So, but still seeing some impacts along the East Coast, just because, you know, obviously when a system of this magnitude moves into the ocean, it impacts really the entire ocean, or at least for several hundred miles. So I talked about this yesterday, but there were a couple of men that died off of Hilton Head Island because of the rip current caused by Ernesto there. So even though we didn't see any direct impacts, the indirect impacts still have, still cause a lot of problems from these storms. So always something to be taken seriously. Hello, Becky. Thanks for joining me again today. Okay, so yes, so we are talking about temperatures that are going to be cooler than normal today. It's very comfortable out there right now. 75 at CVG, 78 degrees at Lunken, 74 in Hamilton, 72 in Middletown. Of course, one reason why it feels so nice, well, the low humidity. So dew points right now, 50s to near 60. It is very, very comfortable outside. When the dew points are in the 70s like they were Saturday morning, that is just unbearable. I mean, it just makes it very difficult to stay cool and for your body to deal with those kinds of elements. So again, training camp today, the last unticketed training camp. So this is really your last chance to get out there and check out the team. Temperatures will be in the 70s, just great weather. I mean, it will be windy, which of course is more of a problem for the players if they're trying to lob it downfield, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think for spectators it should be just fine. I'm trying to pull up those wind speeds. I had them, and then I moved the graphic and I lost them. Here they are. So gusts right now, 28 miles per hour at Lunken, 17 mile per hour gust in Harrison. So not significant, but enough that you will notice it. That's for sure. When you step outside, you'll definitely feel those breezy winds today, really throughout, I think, the entire day. Should start to wind down late this evening. Okay, I was going to see, because I don't think, I was going to see how much rain fell yesterday. And I know it's probably different depending upon who saw the heavy rain and who didn't, but let's just look at CVG just to give us an idea. Whoa, they've changed these. This is interesting. Okay, here we go. It says only 3 100ths at CVG. So again, I mean, I was in Hebron in the afternoon and we got really, really heavy rain. So that's interesting. So at CVG, we're likely to have, let's see actually, how much rain we've had so far this month. Because I know some of us are still in a drought. Okay. So we've measured 1.57 inches of rain, and normal is 2.08. So we're about a half of an inch below normal. Boy, we got an inch of rain on the 16th. What was that? Friday? 19, 18, 17, yeah. Oh, that was in the morning. That's right. It did pour in the morning. Sorry, I took a trip down memory lane. Okay, I'm back. All right, so rain chances are going to be few and far between this week. I mean, you're going to see really nice weather, cool, kind of feeling like fall for sure, crisp mornings, highs only in the 70s for the next few days, or near 80, 70s to near 80. Overnight lows at times could dip into the 40s. Now, I don't think everybody's going to be in the 40s, but some spots, some outlying spots could definitely fall into the upper 40s. So maybe a light jacket at the bus stop, not a bad idea. Again, looks like we stay dry throughout the middle of the week. Even as we look at this model, which isn't a high resolution model, but still gives us a good idea of what's going to be happening. And again, I know I'm moving through this quickly, but there's just not much to talk about, at least not locally. We look ahead to the weekend. doesn't look too bad. Maybe that rain gets a little bit closer on Sunday, but as of now, we're looking at really dry weather. Good news for outdoor activities, not so good for, agriculture, for landscaping. We need the rain. There's no doubt about that. But good news for, again, all of those outdoor activities, including the Bengals game on Thursday, which you can see right here on Fox19 Now. We'll even have a pregame special before that game. All right, let's look at this 7-day forecast. It does get hot this weekend. It will get a little bit more humid, but it will stay dry. This camera has been adjusted, so now I need to adjust to it. But 77 today, so we don't even make it up to 80. We stay in the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday, back to the 80s Thursday, and get back to kind of the warm, hot weather for this weekend. 90s for both Saturday and Sunday, but at least the overnight lows stay in the 60s for the weekend. But I mean, those are some cool mornings. Again, Wednesday morning, make sure the kids have a light jacket at the bus stop, because we could definitely see some upper 40s as we start the day Wednesday. That's going to be the coldest air we've had in a long time, probably since spring. So something we're definitely not accustomed to. Let's look beyond the 7-day forecast, because, of course, now you're going to be able to see Labor Day weekend, I believe. Yes, the beginning of Labor Day weekend. I guess Labor Day is technically the 2nd. So this is beyond the 7-day forecast, the end of August, the beginning of September, believe it or not. Looks hot the end of next week for the 29th and 30th. And then we do see that chance for storms next weekend. So that would be Labor Day weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but the following weekend. Again, this is our beyond the 7-day forecast. So the 90s are not gone. We've had 7 90-degree days so far this month. And I don't think we're done with them just yet. So, okay, let me see questions. Boring weather week. You know what though, Robert? We've had a couple of pretty active weather weeks, so I'm not complaining. Sometimes it's nice to, I don't know, not be as needed. I mean, of course, weather is always important, and you're always going to need a meteorologist, or at least that's what we tell ourselves. But it's nice that we don't have to lead the newscast, and we don't have to be all hands on deck. It's kind of nice, especially with the Reds out of town. The fact that we can enjoy the entire week is really nice. And some more kids go back to school this week too. As a matter of fact, I know Frank's kids go back on Wednesday. He's taking the day off for their first day of school. So it's still kind of that, it's almost like a rolling back to school period, because not everybody goes back at the same time around here. Of course, there's lots of school districts in the tri-state. What was it? Indiana went back weeks ago. So okay. I was just looking to make sure. End of next week, I think you're meaning the end of Labor, or as we get into Labor Day weekend, Rachel. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible. It's way too far away to get into any kind of details with that, but definitely a possibility. As we see those storm chances, really kind of anytime this season, we could definitely see those chances. Let me look at how increased the humidity gets by the end of the week. Let's look at, first we'll look at the dew points. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's some dry air. Let me see if another model agrees with that, because this is, I think this is the European model that this pulls from. So I just want to see what. For this other model I'm looking at mostly says 50s, dew points in the 50s, but I mean upper 40s, low 50s, not much of a difference. It's going to feel so nice. Oh wait, actually, yeah, tomorrow this model does show 40s. Into Wednesday, Thursday, still in the 40s, and then, starts to increase into the weekend. But, I mean, when you're talking about dew points in the 50s in August, that's not much of an increase. That's still going to be pretty comfortable. I am so excited because being outside and like you're immediately sweating, oh, it's the worst. Like, especially when I was at the tennis match, I'm not doing anything physical besides standing out there, maybe walking. We were definitely getting our steps in, that's for sure, especially because we even have like good parking with the in like the media section, and we still have to walk a decent way to get to the tennis tournament, which is the nature of it. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. It's just, I don't mind it either. But some of those folks are walking many, many steps to get to the tennis tournament, and you're sweating immediately. So for those types of things, maybe people are going to be going to Kings Island this weekend. I think I think last week was the last week for their weekday hours. I think now we're back to just weekends. You know, a lot of walking there. Yes, this weekend's going to get warmer. It's going to get more humid, but yeah, nothing like what we had with the dew points in the 70s, temperatures in the 90s. That's just a recipe for very dangerous air. So I'm excited. That's awesome. Okay. I'll just go back to the 7-day while I'm looking at some of these other things. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting too, because even across the entire country, not many chances for severe weather this week in general. So I would say if you're traveling, you got some good weather to do that for sure. Okay. I was going to look back the last time that we've had temperatures. Oh, here we go. Let's do. Might be April, the last time that we've been in the 40s. Maybe May. Let me see. Oh, yeah, May. We had a cold snap there at the beginning of May. Got down to 46 degrees May 12th. So that's probably the last time that it was that cold. We have to go back to May. So again, Wednesday morning, chilly if you have to be out and about early. Again, first day of school for a lot of kids. Or some kids, I don't know about a lot. So yeah, they'll have to bundle up, that's for sure. Again, today, just kind of breezy. We'll see those clearing skies. We'll see the sunshine emerge this afternoon. We're already seeing some sunshine, but it's covered by a blanket of clouds in some spots. Yeah, but it's a nice day for sure. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a single chance for rain on the 7-day forecast. It's just very quiet weather. I know not everybody's cup of tea, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. The only problem is we need the rain. We don't want storms, or at least, we don't want damaging storms. I know sometimes it can be, fascinating and all that, but we don't want them to cause damage. But we do need the rain. It's been dry around here. All right, I think that's all that I have for you guys. I'm going to get to doing updating the website and all that kind of stuff, and then I will be at the Cincinnati Open, 4:30 and 5:30, I think is what I told you guys. So I will see you on those newscasts. Yeah, so until then, thank you guys so much, everybody, for joining me. I hope you have a great day and enjoy this nice weather while it lasts.